debunked it, said it didn't exist, said he was a nobody, and now we're just routing them. This is the type of story where people don't care about the open crime against them, even their own bank accounts being robbed, the death panels, the vets not being given treatment. But to see him snickering and giggling because he's MIT, ooh, Harvard, ooh. So when you lie to us and rape us financially and run a scam, it's trendy because you talk in a little trendy voice. That makes it okay? We're sick of you, and we want it repealed. And they're freaking out now. The Republicans are suddenly, we're not going to repeal it. Okay, we'll look at it. No, you will repeal it, Boehner. You will repeal it, McConnell. I'm sorry, you tell those foreign banks that gave billions and spent billions to state and the federal government to buy off this country that we're not for sale. I mean, you idiots really thought you could bring something in like this? Well, yeah, you want to have totally open borders now and give them all free health care. And Obama's going to rule by executive order. No, no, no. You will die politically, to quote Emperor Palpatine. I mean, people are sick of it. Jay in Georgia, then we're going to our reporters who are in front of the Justice Center. That's what they call the county seat now, not a courthouse, but a Justice Center. Let's go ahead and talk to Jay, who wanted to finish up his point. Go ahead, Jay.
Yeah, what I was saying is that there is bigger men behind this curtain altogether. I mean, I don't know who's to blame. I feel like everybody's passing blame around like it's hot potato and it's just a big distraction. Ultimately, I'm just saying I don't think Obama is the main blame. I think there's a lot of hands in this pot, and to put it all on just Obama, I think is you're going to miss other people that are also bringing this
like the Federal Reserve. Well, I agree with you, but listen, he's the figurehead, so you have to bring him down. Well, listen, do you want to get rid of it, or do you think it's still a wonderful deal?
Well, look, ultimately, I haven't read the thing, and I think there's a lot of things that are wrong about it, but what about pre-existing conditions?
Well, Obamacare doesn't cover that. Said clearly in the bill it doesn't cover kids. It's all lies. I mean, do you think, let me ask you a question. Do you think insurance companies run by big foreign mega banks, the very same banks that funded both sides of World War II and World War I and the Napoleonic Wars, the most cutthroat families in the world, do you think they want to take control of our health care because they care about you, buddy?
Well, no, I know a lot of these people are members of the Council on Foreign Relations. It's a secret organization. I have no clue about it.
Brother, they admit it's a screw job. So we say there's a lot of blame to go around. This is what I always hear from people that have been screwed over, and that's why they keep coming to screw you over, is because you can't admit you've been cheated. I appreciate your call. Were there problems with our healthcare system? Yes, because government involvement. We had, hands down, 30, 40 years ago, the best healthcare system in the world. The British royalty came here, Dutch royalty, Japanese royalty came here to get healthcare. They don't come here now. Our healthcare is falling apart. My family is in medical management. I interview all the top experts on air. Brain surgeons, scientists. I mean, I know what I'm talking about, okay? But they always put into a process. Oh, there's secret death lists all over the country to not give care to veterans. And it turns out, oh, we're investigating the mistake. Oh, there's not lists. Oh, yeah, there are. We're not teaching fifth graders in Illinois how to have anal sex. That was an accident, and they find it at all the schools. They're doing it. They play the, oh, we're not giving kids inoculations. Really, we caught you. I mean, it was an accident. You really think the nurses are lining kids up, giving them shots, again, a violation of law without the government saying do it? It's government and corporations doing whatever they want. We're not going to arrest illegals. We're going to arrest citizens for no reason. We're seen as chumps. Because you watch television, everybody is in this arrested development where they all act like kids. Everybody's just happy, la, 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 like a bunch of lobotomized Teletubbies, and that's not how reality works. Anytime you create a big, giant central government and give it a bunch of power, you just built the instrument of your destruction. That's history. We live 75 years on average. We go through the same cycles. We behave the same. I don't care we got spaceships. We act the same. And we are in deep, deep, deep Obama. And that's not an ad hominem attack. It's a joke. Let's go to our reporters and then to the callers. Jakari Jackson and Joe Biggs join us. I guess Jakari's on the line first. Oh, Joe Biggs is on first. Thank you. Joe Biggs in front of the courthouse there outside Ferguson. He's at the county seat. What's the new intel you've got there during the Arctic Al Gore warming extravaganza on the verdict there in Missouri?
It's quite shocking. I expected global warming to be a lot warmer. It's 18 degrees, but I guess that's another subject.
Well, if you paid Al Gore more carbon tax money and the Rothschilds more money on their exchange, then we'd be better off, you racist.
Well, yeah, we're standing right outside of the what they call the Justice Center, and we have CBS News, Fox News right over here. Everyone's still awaiting a word to find out when the verdict's going to come out. I have someone on the inside who's going to shoot me a text when that comes, when that information's put out.
Well done.
I do have some other big information though as well. I just got the location of the command center where the military and DHS is. So after we get off here, we're going to go out there and investigate that, get footage, and shoot a report. I've already seen some footage from a local. He sent me a little bit, and it looks legit. It's pretty big. So we're going to go out there and do a report on that. But those guys look like they're well stocked up and ready. But, you know, one of the funny things is, you know, I sat down and had some lunch a little bit ago, and the restaurant had Fox News on, and it's showing all these pictures of stuff in August where everyone's out in the street, and it makes it look, they're portraying like there's this huge war. There's like constant chaos going on in the St. Louis surrounding areas, Ferguson, Clayton, all these areas. And right now it's so cold, no one's out. You know, yesterday there was maybe a 20-minute protest, and the headline was "Protesters Storm Courthouse." We were out there. There's no protesters stormed any courthouse whatsoever. So it seems like the government wants chaos. They want blood. They want riots. The mainstream media is feeding that fear. They want complete and total collapse. So then again, they can instate their martial law, bring in the National Guard, and have, people, soldiers with weapons, cops everywhere in riot gear walking up and down the streets once again.
Elaborate on any intel you're getting. I mean, still no word on when they are going to either indict or not indict the police officer?
Not yet. I mean, at any point, I mean, it would make sense to do it now when it's freezing cold. I mean, anybody you see walking down the street, they're going from their car and they're running indoors as fast as possible because it is not a pleasant, it's not pleasant to be outside whatsoever. So, I mean, now you would think would be the time to release that information, go ahead and let it get out there and let people eventually just calm down. Instead, they're going to wait. It's going to warm up, and it's going to turn into August all over again.
That's right. I would announce it at like 5 in the morning so that the word goes out. You know, the gangbangers and people are asleep till later in the day. Regular, hardworking folks aren't going to, go out and tear anything up. They're going to go out and demonstrate. Great, that's their right. We support it. And then, that's their right to do that. A lot of folks fought for that right. It's a God-given right, not from the state. And then you'd have all day to see if anything formed to be able to deal with any violence. Instead, I got a feeling they'll announce it some night at about 7, right at dark. Because the whole way they've been running this is to try to get it going.
Well, once we see what this command center's up to, we'll know if they're mobilizing, getting ready to push into this area or not. Because I think that's what the governor's waiting on for their, strategic placement of these guys. So when they do announce it and they do put it out, they've got their, their pawns in position for ultimately what we think will happen will be complete and total utter chaos happening out here in the streets. But it's so cold right now, you're not going to have a lot of people running up down the road protesting for longer than 30 minutes. I mean, it's pretty frigid.
Well, expanding on that, Homeland Security, CNN now reported on what we covered back on Sunday with you guys live on air. And that's that this fella shot video of the DHS vehicles and photos, put it up on the internet, and they got him fired. So be careful when you go videotape the command base. But I would just be out in the open, because I've noticed if you sneak around, then they think that means you're bad. What are you planning when you go to this federal command base? Because, I mean, I want to be here, obviously, by the phone or by the Skype with you guys feeding us a live Skype feed in case they try something with you.
Yeah, it's where we're at now in Clayton. I just looked it up on the maps. It's about a 20-minute drive south of where we're at now. It's behind a gas station in what looks like a pretty open area. So I was thinking about setting up in the field across the street at first just to get some footage, and then pushing a little bit closer, and then see if I can get some up close stuff. You know, I'm pretty sure the way they're acting, like with the DHS, how they, you know, got that guy fired, someone's going to come up and approach us. And that's fine. I mean,
well, that's huge news if they try to stop you doing what you're supposed to do.
Well, they're not going. I mean, they can try, but I know my rights. I'm going to go up there and I'm going to film because that's my my God-given right.
That's right. Once you get there, Joe Biggs and Jakari Jackson, call Rob Duke, call the office, even though we won't be live or on the air until night at 7 o'clock Central with the nightly news. But let's have you Skype back live